Guys, welcome on into Three Bold Takes. It is Freddie here alone. Wanted to hop on here and talk about a couple of games that did not make the cut for all three of us. They're both on Friday night, believe it or not. That was not planned, but that is where we're at here. First game is number 25 Nebraska coming in at 5-1. On the road to face the Golden Gophers, who come into the game at 4-2, 7 o'clock on Friday, as I mentioned. Looks like Nebraska is currently a 7.5 point favorite. Interestingly enough, the line opened up at 5.5. So there's been some change there on the line for this game. I kind of want to dive into Nebraska first. They've been able to escape with some close wins, but also some tight losses as well. Obviously, the loss to Michigan by 3, but you also have, an 11-point win against Michigan State and then a 3-point win at Maryland, which is a very good win for them on the road. Rayola's been very efficient, I will say. In his sophomore year there at Nebraska. Through 6 games, he's got almost 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Their running back, Emmett Johnson, he's been a workhorse for him. He's racked up 650 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns on the season. Very respectable there. And on the defensive side, Nebraska's taken a step forward this year, I would say, compared to last year, especially in like creating turnovers and limiting the big plays. For example, like just recently, a couple weeks ago, their win over Michigan State. Their defense produced multiple takeaways, and that's not something that over the past couple of years we've been able to say for Nebraska. But good on them and Matt Rule for getting that defense back on track. Now talking about Minnesota, like I mentioned, they're 4-2, 2-1 in the Big Ten. It's been a season full of up and downs. Their defense against the run is one of their strengths of the team. It ranks among the top in the country, actually, at 79 rushing yards per game given up. However, their offense has struggled mightily on being explosive. Their rushing numbers is kind of mid of the pack, I would say, 128 yards a game. And their passing game has just kind of been mid. Nothing really out of the ordinary there that stands out for the offensive side of the ball when it comes to passing. Speaking of that, Drake Lindsey has got almost 1,300 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And I'll say this: if Minnesota is going to pull off the upset, Drake Lindsey is going to have to be on point in this game for it to even be close. Yeah, unfortunately. In big games, Minnesota's got to find a way to avoid turnovers. In both of their losses, they've had one or two turnovers on the offensive side, and that will just kill a football team. And that's what happened on their 2 losses on the year. So now, like a couple of matchups that I think are going to be interesting. And that's Rayola and Nebraska's passing attack against Minnesota's defense. Now, Rayola's been very efficient on the year, and if he can avoid turnovers himself, then he could definitely exploit holes within Minnesota's defensive backfield. So I'm going to give the edge slightly to Nebraska there. And then the next kind of key matchup for me is the Minnesota rush defense versus the Nebraska run game. Now, the Gophers are very strong against the run, as I mentioned earlier, only giving up about 79 yards per game. But Johnson from Nebraska has been very effective. And if Nebraska can actually get some yards on the ground, it's going to force Minnesota's defense on their heels. And that could be an issue for Minnesota. But honestly, when you're talking who's got the edge here, that one's kind of a toss up. Now, Minnesota's offense, Nebraska's defense. This one's interesting because, like I mentioned a second ago, if Lindsey gets pressured into making mistakes, then Nebraska will get turnovers. That's going to happen, and that's going to be able to push the momentum in Nebraska's favor here. So Nebraska has got to be opportunistic when the turnovers come from Minnesota because I have a feeling that it will come. Nebraska's more explosive. Um, Man, this is a tough game. Not for winner wise. Like I'm going to go Nebraska to win the game. Um, and their passing attack and ability to force mistakes is going to give them the edge for me. But I think that Minnesota's defense is going to keep them in it. Like they play a tight nose style of defense, very hard fought. They got some big boys in there. But I just don't think their offense is going to be able to keep up with Nebraska. So give me Nebraska to win. And I'm going to actually take Nebraska to cover the 7.5. I've got probably a 9 to 10 point win there for the Cornhuskers. So let me know down below what you guys think about this game. A little bit more of a breakdown style versus just kind of the overall theme of who we like in these games. I sure did enjoy it. I appreciate it. Subscribe, leave a like, and we will see you next time. Appreciate it.